don't want it to be the old Liquid. I want it to be the old Miracle, the old Kuro. These players just didn't play up to their normal level of play. When we first saw them, they got 2-0'd by VP.
Yeah.
They need to find like a new identity because it's a different roster. They don't have Jarex was like their key early game player who's no longer on the team. So I don't think you can expect the team to work the same way it used to. But they need to find a way to make this roster work.
They do.
I mean, I don't know. Those kind of plays though, those big ball-in plays.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the things that can put you in the status of a legend, and then we're all gonna forget about that game, you know? Sometimes you mess up, who cares? Everybody messes up. But the one time that you balled lightning mid for no reason, and then almost die and turn around and kill the whole team, that's the stuff that they make clips out of. That makes people's careers.
I think a lot of people are going to remember Envy zipping down mid and killing himself for no apparent reason.
Now, I'm sure they'll feed much worse in a different game. It's all good. It's all good. But anyway, what about this one, huh?
Yeah, Vega versus Team Liquid. We're going to draft and take a look at what teams have in store for them. So yeah, I'm really hoping that Miracle can shine. I mean, the last game, so you normally only remember the second game, right?
Speaking of bad storms.
Oh,
yeah. No,
Miracle Storm was, it's...
Miracle Storm, Miracle Huskar?
Yeah, Miracle Huskar, I believe.
It's not to criticize the player, it's more just like that one game, he had a really bad game.
Yeah.
Right.
He did.
Same thing with Envy, like these are all great world-class players, but you have bad games, you have off games, you have games where you get focused by like 3 heroes mid, that's kind of what happened. And, yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the draft here. Shadow Demon, whatever his name is, picked up, and then we see that immediate Sand King pick as well. Interesting on that first pick, Io. That's happened twice so far. He's lost both games, I believe. The first pick, Io. So risky strategy there, but
that's don't lie.
I think they won with it once.
Did they?
The last game yesterday. It was definitely an FNG Io game they won.
Oh, okay. Maybe I was wrong.
He won with Io.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Hey, shut up, So, yeah, I mean, Sand King instantly picked up. There he is, just a pretty much strong hero. But I think Ben told me that he was a counter to SD. Is that correct?
He's good against the SD. He's great against any kind of illusion-focused draft. Sand King doesn't really care. He's got AoE stun. He's got AoE caustic. He can take down the illusions pretty easily. And if you disrupt someone to save him, Sand King can easily kind of follow it up, get the easy stuns off. So
yeah, every time we do DreamLeague, we have a certain amount of heroes that are always banned every single time. And you're looking at it. I mean, you got Drow, OD, Kunkka, and then surprisingly that Nyx. Maybe were they impressed by the Nyx assassin in the last series? They don't want to deal with that.
And then you have the hero that gets picked every game, which is Sand King. It feels like
of
so
course.
far.
Well, one of them always sneaks through, you know.
And Dro did make it through in the first game as well. We did see Dro coming out. Or first game, previous game, second game of the day, today, just now, like 15 minutes ago.
Thank you. Yeah, because I was wrong about that too. And every team that I predicted has lost today. So there you go.
Shiva's 2-0.
She is 2-0.
I'm gonna retire, guys.
I'm going for whichever team Shiva goes for this next game. That's who I'm going for.
Hey, look at that! It's Mr. 9K. Look at him. Matumba. Now, I've always been worried about the split between Matumba and Jerax. I always thought that they were Dota 2's power couple. And after the last game, we didn't see much. They tried to replace good old Jerax Earth Spirit with somebody else, and that did not work out. So
I can't even remember his name.
Who the hell was that? I don't even know, literally. But didn't work out too well. Jeez, I hope that we see Liquid steadily improve in this one. That's not the Liquid anyone wants to see.
So if we think back of the games that we saw from Liquid, was that strategy or was it them not gelling together? What was like the main issue that they can fix here?
I think gelling together was a big part of it. I think individual play, you could even say, was a big part of it.
But draft was okay.
Draft was, I don't know. I didn't feel like their drafts were that inspired, but at the same time, I don't think they lost because the drafts straight up. The other teams just kind of outplayed them, outlaned them. Beat them in a lot of areas. I think one of the games was quite a weak draft. The Husker game was not so much the draft, though the lanes. They put the Husker in the offlane. If they just had standard lanes, it could have worked out fine for them.
All right. Well, there's two very comfort heroes for both teams there. Vega Squadron going to pick up that Disruptor, who did an amazing job.
This is the hero you said, Earth Spirit, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Team Liquid Earth Spirit comfort. I don't know on this iteration of Team Liquid, but I mean,
it's played by Kuro.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. We saw that at least because they picked this as well on the Tuesday and they lost with it.
Yeah, does he only pick green heroes? Rubik and Earth Spirit?
So far, those are indeed the only two heroes he's played in DreamLeague. But I know for a fact that in his career, he has played different heroes with different colors.
Are you sure? Can we pull up Kuro's most played heroes? Because if all three of them are green, I'm walking off this stage. Can we do that? Are we good? We'll get
Do we
it.
have the profile of Mr. Kuroki?
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
You just put them on the spot.
Nah, they're fine. They got this. Hey! Look at that. Elder Titan Green, Undying Green, Bounty Hunter.
Elder Titan Green?
He's got green eyeshadow.
It's not the same.
It's one of his primary colors.
He himself is not green.
Yeah, he has green on his.
And
green
even
makeup.
if he was green, Bounty Hunter is not green.
Yeah, he does. Makes that money. Come on, girl.
Oh,
You're
my
rolling in
God.
green. Girl only plays green heroes. I figured it out. Easy bans. Anyway,
Okay.
Great.
Juggernaut gonna come out there. Any reason why Juggernaut in particular? Doesn't he have a rough time against Shadow Demon?
Nah, he does alright. Just the magic immunity means he can lane always pretty well against at all stages of the game. The Darkseer Iron Shell isn't as much of a threat in the lane stage as well with the harass because you've got healing ward to sustain yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So lane stage, he's good. He's got kill power. He's got sustain. Mid game, he's good because the magic immunity means he can get out of the Earth Spirit magnetized. So I'd say all in all, it's a pretty good pick. But Liquid immediately pick up a carry that matches up well. A lot of armor on Sven. You can tank the Omni Slash.
Damn,
You're not
God.
too afraid of him.
You can just do it all. You can
No, I
cast.
can't.
You can talk.
We can just sit here and be quiet and let
How
gods
can
do
I
everything.
be Dota? How can I be smart, gods? Where did you learn all this smart?
Not by doing those things with brute force.
Yeah, you
You gotta think them through, dude.
you just can't. Just be happy being who you are, Slacks.
Okay. Yeah.
You're a wonderful, beautiful human being.
That's great.
You're
All
a
you at home
flower.
who don't ever understand what's going on like me, just
Don't
be
try.
me.
Yep.
Just be you. Hey, look, it's Iceberg. Now that's a thinker right there. He's in the post. That dude knows what's going on, Chiefs.
He's raising those eyebrows.
That's a man who's got a plan. You can see it. And he's from Ukraine.
His plan is normally pick Invoker.
Which
far as
is,
his
by the
plan
way,
goes.
still in the pool.
You know?
And we are still lacking a mid hero.
I think you might have called it there.
But
not a
Vega
tough
has
forward,
Vega has
Iceberg,
last
but-
pick.
Ah.
That is going to be something that is giving them a bit up because I believe, obviously you can put the Juggernaut mid if you really want to, but generally you would put him on the safe lane, or at least Vega puts him on the safe lane. Let's put it that way.
Oh?
Yeah.
So Vega, I feel like, has a bit of an up here picking last. Meaning they can counter whatever comes to them.
Yeah, when you're
But they
picking
do.
last in the draft, you always want to pick up like some kind of core hero last. Typically, you
Yeah.
can pick up something your opponents can't counter, or that is a good mid matchup.
And then this ban has a tendency to give away what you want to pick, so you don't want to try to give away something. Like you can ban
So
something
ban
now.
nothing is what you're saying.
But this could be. I actually would not be opposed to that because normally the last ban gives something. And you obviously can ban out what you don't want your opponent to play, but sometimes it just gives away what you want to play instead because you normally ban out something that you don't want to play against. So
I think that's smart. Just ban something you don't want to play against rather than saying that counters your last pick. That's
Yeah.
kind of the
An
right
annoyance
approach.
ban.
yeah,
If they don't ban
Or-
oh, that's mind control right there. Woo! Look at him. A sexy piece. Sorry, anyway.
It's an
who they
alchemist
end up
ban.
banning? Alchemist? Yeah, that's no.
Alchemist.
Woohoo! Look at that.
He's very speedy.
He's been hitting the Snickers. That's not good.
Liquid's turn to pick.
Kind of looks like me. Makes me sad. That's a lot of purple. Have we figured out Team Liquid, dude? I think they pick all
Purple,
color.
green. I
Yeah.
mean, this.
Oh, it's Pet Rider.
Yeah, he's purple.
Oh god.
10 seconds.
There's an Invoker ban.
Hey!
Hey.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah, that's a bit straightforward, I guess.
Mm-hmm. All right, so last pick here. Come on. You've been right all day, Sheeves. Knock it out of the park here.
What? I've not been right all day with picks and stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, your prediction's been on point, girl.
Okay, well, Team Liquid, missing a miracle hero. Definitely won't be Storm Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Hope not. Let's
Yep.
put it that way.
You're buying time.
I am having time. I'd like it to be a hero that also still does something with illusions. Maybe somewhat of a core hero.
Mm-hmm.
Ember Spirit
I
would
don't-
fit in nicely. Oh, look, it's Ember Spirit. Was this like lag in the audio, perhaps?
No,
I
my
definitely
God.
said it right
She's-
before.
It's
She really
Jenga all
did.
over again.
It's Jenga. You're cheating again, Cheever.
No.
Playing games with Shiva.
No. Can't just...
You know,
No.
if we ever get invited over to play board games, you know Shiva's going to cheat. She's going to play the bank in Monopoly and just start stealing money. And
That's not me, guys. Please believe me. I was normally in my family house. Obviously, I have a family where we were 4 kids, so we play board games together.
Yeah.
I was the one who normally lost,
Okay.
so there's that.
So
And
then
I
you
didn't
said
cheat.
You'd never
I just
lose again.
No.
Yeah, she started cheating.
no. Then what was the last pick? The last pick.
That was Tinky Winky.
Tinker.
That was Tinker.
Okay, predictions.
Tinker. Tinker versus Ember. I like Team Liquid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Believe in
All right.
Ember.
What do you reckon?
I've been wrong all day, and I want Team Liquid to win, so I'm gonna go for Vega.
Ah, you're gonna leave me to be picking for myself for once.
Yeah, no easy game this time, Sheever.
No, I actually think that I like Vega this draft.
Oh, you're screwed.
Let's try
You are too,
Vega.
so-
I know, I've been wrong
I mean,
all
if
day.
we're
paid-
wrong,
you
it's
paid
fine.
your
We're
wrong side.
not proper analysts. If he's wrong, you know, then
I didn't even know what the
Let's-
fifth pick was, and I said,
okay.
What
Let's
have I done?
hear what our commentators are thinking about these lineups coming out from Team Vega and Team Liquid. It is over to OD Pixel, who's sitting there with Ben.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, I'm OD Pixel. I'm here with Mr. Ben Wu, aka Malini, for this one. We've got Liquid up against Vega. The drafts have been revealed, and I think a lot of people are waiting to see this one. I'm sure there's a lot of people revving up their Twitch chat to blame Bulber and such if Liquid go down again. But I mean, the question is, Ben, draft-wise so far, are you liking what Liquid have against Vega, or do you feel Vega's got the stronger draft this time? What are you worried about?
I kind of like Liquid's draft a little bit better. I think they have better team fight synergy. with
Yeah?
the
You like the
TS
Ember
and
Spirit?
Spen. Yes, but the big thing that I'm worried about is the Earth Spirit. Is it gonna be awesome?
I mean, Kuroki's Spirit the other day, it was just a little bit awkward. Was it? I mean, sure, you know, he's played there. I think we had the stat that he just hadn't played it, of course, in a long time in pro games because you had Jerax on the team. There'd be no reason for Kuroki to play it.
But that's nasty. Like I've seen like vacuum into like all the Earth Spirit.
Oh yeah.
That it's pretty disgusting. And then they have the Iron Shell plus the Ember Spirit. It's all pretty good. I think they can keep the Tinker in check.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I guess obviously Vega Squadron with that Tinker. I mean, what are you trying to do with it? Because I mean, are you necessarily trying to prolong the length of the game? Because the longer you do that, the more that the Ember Spirit's going to have in their toolkit, the Sven as well. I mean, what's the timing for the side of Vega this game? How do they win this one?
I think it's there mostly to kite the Sven. It's also just really good in lane versus the Ember Spirit. I think you can pressure them pretty hard early. They also have like good support heroes to deal with the Ember Spirit. Static Storm, very good. Instant Stun on the Sand King, also very, very good. You know, last time we casted together, I think was in China, and then we had the shocking headphones.
That wasn't the last time we... Was that really the last time?
I think it was.
What, Nanyang?
Yeah.
Was it? That was a while ago, wasn't it? That was what? How long ago was that? A year?
Yeah, almost a year.
2 years?
But we got shocked. I will not
rank.
forget that cast.
That was... I remember. In fact, I remember as well. During that, we did. I casted with Bulber as well.
Mm-hmm.
He managed to feel the experience of the shocking headphones. I mean, I'm sure we lost a few brain cells then. You know, that was
I
pretty,
hope not too many.
pretty intense. No sound in Dota. Sorry, you should be sorry. It's all your fault, FNG. But
You
no.
know his name is Six in Chinese.
I was gonna say, what does the symbol mean, Ben?
6.
6. Why 6?
It's the number 6. I
Does
don't know.
6 have a
FN
relevance?
is 7. Vega.fn.7.
Oh, yeah.
And then Bulba is 2. I think Bulba has used 2 for a pretty long time.
Why is he using 2?
I don't know.
Is his support play so good he looks like a position 2 in his farm? I mean,
Maybe
Probably
it's his
not.
lucky number.
it's his lucky number. Maybe it's his number of competitive wins. I mean, poor old Bulba. I mean, to be fair, you know, there was a lot of talk on the. I mean, you can't blame Bulba for the games the other day, can you? It's just people find it so easy to. Poor old Sam. But today, Sam is going to pull out amazing plays. In fact, you can get your DVRs ready. This is going to be a game worthy of Bulba highlights. I can feel it. You know, playing the Shadow Demon. I'm sure we won't see a single bad disruption this game.
Or missed poison.
Yep.
His soul catcher is going to hit the hero even amongst like 50 creeps.
He's going to have Axe at 12 minutes. Bulba ST is going to
Bulba's really good as an individual player, though.
He is.
Sometimes in competitive, it just doesn't, I don't know, just doesn't translate that well. Sometimes.
Yes.
But oftentimes he does whoop some ass.
I mean, it's obviously for the lineup of Liquid. It's. Do you feel it is quite a big change? You know, switching out Fada and Jerax and then taking in Bulba and Miracle. Does that just change the whole dynamic of what your lineup can achieve? Are these very different players? Do you feel?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Bulba he's a playmaker, but I don't know. He doesn't it seems like he does less with the same amount of farm that Jarex does, and Jarex also farms a lot more.
Yes.
And gets a lot more farm. I don't know. Maybe Bobo just dies a lot. And that's the main difference that I see.
Poor old Sam. Wow.
I don't know. He was mostly playing offlane though.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, so
absolutely. That's what we've seen him in the
He has to
last
play
few
all these different
teams he's been part of.
positions. It's a tough world.
I was going to say, have we ever seen him in the support capacity in a pro team?
Yes,
We
there's
have
a
in the
smoke
past.
early.
See if we get
Boba.
anything with this.
And Kuro.
There we go. Looking for the plays, looking towards mid. They want to go for it. They've found FNG. Kuroki laying up the roll. Oh dear, he's going to miss it. It might not matter though. They're chasing down FNG with the flame guard.
Nah, he's gonna tether.
Oh.
Yep. I was about to say, well, if you can't hit boulders, you might as well get a setup spell for it.
They did have the setup spell.
Yeah.
Well, they still couldn't hit it.
Practice makes perfect though, Owen.
One day.
Yeah.
One
next
day.
time at Nanyang, they won't shock us.
Yes. And that wasn't Boba mess. No, you can't blame Boba for that. No blaming Boba, please.
Nope.
Oh,
Do we have to defend Bobo this entire game?
We do. Believe me, we do.
Yeah.
But anyway, the lane's coming out. The decision here from the side of Liquid to come up towards the top, run their lane a little bit aggressive, keep the 1v1 down bottom. Is this favouring a certain side? Is this better for Liquid to have this aggressive tri lane against the safe lane of Vega?
Let's see. Versus the Juggernaut, Sven's one of those like really difficult to kill offlaners. Yeah. If he has some heroes paired up with him, because the trend has just been to have roamers. Often this game there's just the Wisp parking in the mid lane, and that leaves your safe lane very vulnerable. I think the mentality a few months ago used to be always make sure you win your safe lane, but that has changed.
Up top, Kuroki's going to hit the roll this time onto FM, but FM walks it off. They'll look towards the easier kill. Boba with the body blocks. Oh, look at this man go. Sets up the Stormhammer, and that's going to be it. Liquid get themselves the first blood, take it down, and Boba, first blood for the boy in the SD. Pulls it off this time with some sweet body blocking.
Yeah, that was really well played by both sides. The Juggernaut tanked the boulder so that he could just spin away if they went on him and try to save the Disruptor's life, but Disruptor just not in the greatest of positions up there, and this safe lane is heavily under fire. Kuro doesn't need a setup to hit this boulder.
And the follow through from Matumba Man's there as well. Sherma kind of blocked it by his own creeps, and that's actually going to save him by the looks of it. Ticking down low, not low enough. He survives. Matumba Man and Kuroki still trying to fight, but FN having the backup of FNG. Sticking together to Bulba, falling low. Oh, the Bull's got him. Aya takes him down. So they will lose Bulba there in that one. FNG turning up in the eye to help turn it around, but at the same time, down bottom lane, Mind Control, one of his signature heroes, the Darkseer, able to pull off a solo kill in a 1v1 against an SK. I mean, that's just straight outplay. That shouldn't be happening, Ben.
Straight outplay indeed. Both of them are pretty good versus melee heroes. It's a pretty volatile lane.
Yeah.
Take a couple of caustics or take a few too many seconds of an ion shell. You're not going to have a good time. That top fight was a little strange though. Kuro thought they had the kill without the boulder smash. He wasn't able to use it. The Shadow Demon didn't pop his poison early enough onto the Disruptor, so the Disruptor healed up from the Tango and was out of kill range for the 2 stacks. Mid lane, Ember is actually
He's
getting
suffering.
owned, but that's expected, especially with the Wisp there early. Ember's laning phase is not his strong suit.
Oh, look at that. PTSD maybe kicking in for Miracle. Last time he played this, when they were eliminated by Jimmy Ho and the boys in TI6. So looking to prove himself on the Ember here, Miracle. Let's see if he's able to pull it off. But,
oh yeah, I forgot about the Ember versus the Wisps. I remember EG picked it a lot. He would just jump the Wisps like every single time, and with Island Shell you would just die in the first chains. So if you don't have something easy like Bounty Hunter or Lion to pick them off, Ember is a nice choice too.
Boba and Kuroki going on a bit of an adventure in the jungle. Miracle did head back. Looks like he cleared out maybe one of the camps with the Flame Guard, but up top, movement in onto Shaman the Slayer. He's got the backup of FNG. Nice bottle smash for Kuroki, hitting onto the both. The Shadow Poison stacking up onto the Disruptor. Is it going to be enough to pop him? I don't think it is at this stage of the game. With the damage nerf, it received that last mini patch. And indeed, Shaman the Slayer able to walk it off. FNG just ends up forcing Kuroki and Boba out of the jungle. Iceberg's coming across with an Invis rune. He's not going to pursue it. It's actually up towards top where Matumba Man has eyes onto FN. FN maybe coming across to see if he could cut off the supports coming back round. It's not going to be the case. At the end of the day, no one goes down. But still, yeah, this mid lane, it's looking tough for Miracle. He's getting the XP, but CS is certainly a different story. I mean, how How does an Ember kind of come back into a game like this when he's had this tough start in the mid lane?
You have the steroid and the ion shell later, so that's like 2.5 flame guards right there. So he can easily come back and kill us. Not really too worried about him.
FNG going for the bit of AFK action there as he is allowed to be disrupted, but no follow through. Again, it feels like Boltman and KuroKy, we're seeing them move around the map once. They did manage to make a bit of action happen up top, but it's proven to be quite difficult for them to do anything about the other lanes from Vega Squadron that just seemed that little bit stronger, and in fact, Miracle.
They had that Observer Ward on the top lane that scattered out the movement from the 2 supports. So they like that Observer Ward even peeps into the river, so they saw him a good 10 seconds ago. Overall, though, I think that FN's movements is actually, or FNG's movements has actually been really, really good on the IO. Like, he was there to save the Disruptor up top, he secured the mid lane for the Tinker, he didn't die to the First Blood smoke. Like, there's just been so many plays from him in just the first 5 minutes of the game.
Down on the bottom, Mind Control. And, of course, the SK both having a similar amount of farm down here. We're going to see a bit more attention head this way, potentially. Shema the Slayer was in the neighborhood, but actually turning back towards the mid lane because the jump comes in from Miracle, and with a flame gun, he may just get this. Looking towards Iceberg, KuroKy comes in with a smack. And they will punish the Tinker. Miracle to survive. By the looks of it, keeping himself up there. And, nice bit of play. And the kill desperately needed, but at the same time, up top, FN sees an opportunity, jumps in. With what I imagine would have been the Omni, it's on cooldown. Use the Omni there to secure the kill against Matuma Man, who was left alone. 3 for 2, Liquid still with the lead, but I don't know, who are you favouring at the moment? For just looking at the way that this game started, do you feel a little more confident for one of these sides?
Still seems pretty even. There's a lot of more stacks though on Vega, so I think they're actually going to get like the farm that they need very early on. FNG has been very active in helping us team and securing the stacks. They also have a stack close to where the Juggernaut is, and Sven was whacking at it a few times, but now Juggernaut is able to pull and get himself way ahead in terms of farm. I thought the Sven had treads before he died, but he's actually just still has brown boots, whereas the Juggernaut has phase and had 800 gold to boot. Now only 400.
Matuma Man has got to be careful in this lane indeed. With the start up it, the FN has got on the Juggernaut. We're going to see a bit of backup come in as Liquid sending 3 heroes up towards the top. So maybe once again going to try and do something about this Juggernaut. FN fairly low at the moment. We'll see if they get any potential to catch him out. Moving across, but again this ward giving the signal for Vega to play it safe. Keep FN back and out of harm's way. And unless they want to dive, Liquid are going to struggle to find this.
Yeah, it might be a good time for them to start blowing through their smokes because they're running around a lot, but they're not getting kills. And either you think that the team just has amazing awareness, which they do, or they have eyes on you. And if they have eyes on you, best way is to smoke at some point. But it's going to be tough for them, especially with nighttime just ending. The rooster crows.
They back away. Not going to be able to find anything with that movement. I mean, as we noticed, obviously some good stats coming out from Vega in the jungle. Do you just straight up give them to the Tinker, or are you looking to try and get SK to the Blink Dagger on a good time? I mean, is there a certain hero you think they'll prioritize the stacking for?
I actually think Tinker, just so they can get them involved more in the relocate kills, because FNG is going to be decently high level this game.
All right, down towards bottom, Matuma Man. He's opted to come down here and look for the farm, but as long as the Sand King sticks around, it's still not necessarily going to be the easiest lane for him to stand up against Mag's SK. And if they can kill him, though, that'd be great. And with the help of KuroKy, they can certainly look to do so, but Mag gets a nice Burrow strike out.
He was too slow with the Boulder Smash.
KuroKy not quick enough for the lockdown. Meanwhile, mid lane, Iceberg being gone on by Miracle. A quick kind of fake TP there from Vega, enough to stop Miracle from sticking around for more. Top lane, Mind Control having to be careful, and Omni Slash is available from FN. Mind Control trying to keep himself near the creeps. He's going to look for the lucky bounces. Won't get those, but the Blade Fury is enough to finish it off, and a sweet TP out as well from FN. Plays that very nicely, makes the Darkseer drop his wall, and also lose his life.
Yeah, FN's playing actually very well this early game, getting the kill on the Sven, and the Darkseer was kind of becoming a menace. Like, he was pressuring the lanes, trying to deal with these melee farmers in the side lanes, like solo killing Mag early on. But now, after he's been killed right there with a lot of unreliable gold to his name, I think that Darks is going to have a very slow mech, and Liquid's timing is just going to be far too slow. Relocate, like they took out some of the stack already, and then it's almost 10 minutes in, so he can buy a tome, and all their things are going to start hitting. Relocate plus Juggernaut getting his first big item, and then Tinker getting his BOTs. It's all going to start hitting soon. Whereas, yeah, like a Sven with just an HOD, like how's he really gonna be able to secure his Ancients and help his team out? Ember Spirit didn't have that great of a start, so he's not even close to his BOTs or whatever his first item may be.
I mean, you suggested that Liquid, if they want to try and find some action, they've got to go for these smokes, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Kuroki mind control coming around with bo2 as well into the jungle. I mean, they would have known that the stacks were being made, being cleared, but they're too late. Yeah.
They had a really good window when they went on the Sand King on bottom, because both the supports were actually taking out those stacks, but they've just missed their timing. They haven't gotten the kills, and they're scrambling to recover.
Looks like off the back of this smoke, they won't find anything initially. Kuroki gets himself in position to maybe kick something off on the mid lane.
Tinker already has bots though. Like if you kill him right now, it's not that big of a deal. You might get the tower, which is kind of a big deal, but look at his position too. He's on the south side. He's even expecting a smoke wrap around from the north.
He's hit that 10-minute timing, as you said, on the bots, and yeah, that's the first hurdle gone for him. And Liquid realized that TP mind control out of it. He'll head towards the top, try and put a bit of pressure back on there, stop FM from getting too much damage down onto the tower. But as we can see, top 3 net worth for the moment, all on the side of Vega. And at this point, it's probably going to keep that way unless Liquid can find these pickoffs. They just do not have the cores that can necessarily catch up until the stacks start being made by the Ancients, but Tumberman's able to clear those up. And of course, until we see a few more items picked up on Miracle, because at the moment, he's just kind of got the basics, you know, the beginner start to playing the Ember Spirit, no bots, and not really started to build his way towards Battle Fury as such. So Miracle needing more time, Liquid needing more time as a whole, and Vega just in the driver's seat at the moment.
Especially with the Sand King Blink Dagger already. Like, he died in lane, but he has Blink Dagger, and things are starting to become very troublesome. They have, like, who do they want to gank? Tinker had excellent positioning, covered his tracks with double marches. FN just spins the wave and just backs off to the tower. Relocate is up, so in case anyone else get ganked, they're in a lot of trouble.
Miracle actually tried to jump in there, cancel the TP there with the chains, but a little bit too late on the action. So he's just going to have to make the walk back towards the mid lane.
Yeah, he knows they can't actually kill him unless they have the Disruptor level 6. So he's trying to split them up a little bit and keep them away from the fortified positions of their T1. And if they don't, then he'll just take some of their neutrals. It's time. Vega, smoke up.
Yeah, with the Static Storm, Epicenter, and the lot ready to go. Iceberg's going to have a fair bit of burst of control in this fight as well on the Tinker. Smoke to be dispelled. Can they actually find the jump? Miracle? It's got to be careful here. And here we have the setup. The Burrow Strike allowing them to close in. Static Storm immediately dropped down. bo2's coming in. Maybe try for Disrupt, but he actually walks into the Static Storm, walks back out, now gets it off. But a relocate comes through, bringing in FN. FN, he has an Omnislash if he wants to use it, and he will jump forward, take down a second. The Epicenter comes out 3-4 down on Liquid. And Vega just ripped them to pieces there in the mid lane. Everything executed to perfection there by Vega Squadron, and Liquid just with no ways of stopping it at this stage of the game.
You know, they actually had an Observer Ward once the smoke popped. There's an Observer Ward in the mid lane that saw the Sand King, and Miracle still didn't get out of there.
What's going on, Ben?
I think he didn't think that the Disruptor was level 6, because when I checked, he was like 5.5. Maybe he had a surprise tome on him, or maybe he just got it from some neutral creeps, but he wasn't level 6 at the time, and maybe he felt safe. Aside from that, I think maybe he was trying to wait for the Sand King to channel Epicenter, and then try and make him waste it, maybe trying to get a little bit too much out of that, but the smoke pops, they ping him out, he's like right under the Observer Ward, and Disruptor is level 6 at this exact moment, and just blow up the Static Storm right on top of him. The Shadow Demon comes in, but Disruption isn't enough to save him, and they relocate around from the back, and they just get crushed.
Absolutely, a few quick crits from FN, and then just jumps in with an Omni to secure that final third and such. But yeah, that was an absolute mess for the side of Liquid. Liquid, though, and did find something in return as they took down a kill onto the Tinker. So at least something to kind of get themselves a bit of a footing back in this game. But FN absolutely sailing out of control, as we can see 7.4k net worth on the Juggernaut. 3k ahead of the highest farmer on the side of Liquid. This Jug is getting out of control.
their best way to get back in the game, Liquid, is to control the Ancient stack. If they control the Ancient stack, they can actually do pretty decently in terms of trying to keep the net worth. Like, it's kind of ugly right now in between the Jug and the Sven, but Vega can't really farm the Ancients that much, and it's also just a very difficult place to gank, especially if this T1 is still alive and healthy, which it is in the mid lane. It's like 95% HP, so if they can keep this up and keep stacking with the HOD, I think they'll be okay for some time, as long as they don't give away too many kills to the Sinking and the Disruptor.
All right, look at the mid lane. More money to the bank of Miracle, as he'll stick around towards the mid. Up towards the top, the pings are being made, but Timmerman's headed up there to clean the wave as it comes through. Mind Control has the mech done as well, so Liquid with a few more tools coming together, ready for the team fights if they do ensue.
There's smoke though, Mag and Disruptor trying to look for someone in the river. It could be Boba.
Oh, the Mag preparing with the epicenter, jumps in a beautiful burrow strike onto the Static Storm as well, gets the boat, but Mind Control punks the mech, they're keeping themselves alive. Omni Slash coming through the back lines, the wall's being dropped, but Darkseer's out, the Blade Fury from Effort takes down a second, double kill for the Jug, glints back onto Bulba, brought back into the midst of it all, he'll disrupt himself, but at the moment Vega losing nothing, getting a third as the burrow strike comes through, a triple kill for FN, putting the Jug even further ahead this game. They did end up losing FNG, but this Jug getting even more each and every fight and putting himself on another level now. 9k net worth at 15 minutes in.
That was a perfect epicenter by Mag right there, and a perfect blink too. He blinked right on top of the Earth Spirit and got a double stun. And all of that mostly due to good Observer Ward setup. They saw them coming up the hill and having to blow through some of their smokes early because they had eyes on them the whole entire time. Liquid are going to have to farm their way back into this game, it looks like.
They really are going to have to play the long game here, Liquid. They need more and more time for this Sven and Ember Spirit combination to get to that strong point, which they will be able to do so if they're able to maintain a game in which they're not losing team fights as bad as those that are happening. They need to try and avoid them, or as you said, just get a bit of better vision up so they know what they can expect in these fights and not get caught off guard as much as they have been by the Sand King.
They're grouped up in mid. They look like they kind of wanted to smoke. They dropped a sentry to make sure, okay, they have smoked right now. But I don't know, Vega has been really good about just sensing these out and flushing them out. Look at their position right now. No one's even really that far away from a tower right now. I think the call has been made that they are making an aggressive maneuver.
Let's see if they get away with it. I mean, Vega seem very much prepared for this.
They know exactly what's happening. They threw a scan out. Yep. They expected it from the top. Tinker feels safe to farm this camp, and now they know they have to know it's on the bottom side. Maybe they suspect that it's a Roshan, but now they're plugging the Observer Ward, making sure that they haven't taken control of their Ancients, and they have controlled this game very well and just not making those, utter mistakes that just throws away your lead. But Matoma Man's still stacking up and farming. He's getting there.
Liquid just waiting. And now they will TP out, at least send Miracle up towards the top lane.
They know.
They want to maybe try for the kill onto Tinker. But Kuroki rolls in, tanking a huge amount of hits for the tier 2. Now they'll jump across onto Iceberg. The wall's going to be dropped. They do get it, but the Burrow Strike onto 3 comes out. FN's there to follow through with the Blade Fury. Static Storm's down. Mind Control's trapped. Miracle's going to be stuck in it as well as he comes out of the disruption. 3 dead on Liquid. Make that 4 as Bulba falls on the side. And again, these fights are just being ripped to pieces for Liquid.
What a godly Static Storm from the Disruptor.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
They still have the team fight Wombo possible for them. And they did get the Tinker. Tinker's actually not as farmed as you would expect. He's actually behind the Ember Spear right now.
He's kind of tailed off, especially after they did feed him those stacks in the jungle. He's been picked up a few times.
Yeah, he really wanted his Blink Dagger. Just farmed out a little bit too far at that instant. But, the good thing is he has this Jug who's just...
Oh, Jug is, absolutely wrecking face this game.
Yes, he is, Owen.
He is insanely far ahead. Working towards the defusal. Getting this tower, that's going to be putting him a little bit more dollar in the bank. Mid lane, hello, bit of a jump in fact. Miracle. Looks like he'll be fine. No Static Storm or searching. In fact, Miracle could turn and maybe try for a kill. He was thinking about it, but he's going to play it safe this time. Doesn't want to go in and get caught out by a turnaround from Vega. And indeed, top tower to fall. Vega taking more control of the map. And FN with the Omni Slash up. Relocate looks to still be on cooldown, but yeah, back up in literally a second. So you got to be careful if you're Liquid coming down the map, because FNG and FM will be ready to team up and jump back in onto you.
Yeah, even more items out on Vega at the moment. The Yols and like the Diffusal are actually kind of problematic because it can deal with the Ember Spirit very, very easily. Yules them into a stun, yules them into a Static Storm, or even just take off his shield.
Yep.
And he's going to be a super easy target to kill.
Do you feel either side is going to be able to look towards Roshan anytime soon, or is that not really something that these lineups are going to be able to do?
Vega definitely with the Healing Ward.
Yeah.
Healing Ward's really, really good, as well as just having a Wisp. I think even Wisp without the Healing Ward, they'd still be my more favorable Roshan lineup. It's just that Ember Spirit is one of the worst heroes at taking down Rosh. He's just awful.
Oh, we have the setup onto Mag. Static Storm down as well. They're bringing him back up with the Iron. Miracle caught out. He's going to go down. The question is, can Vega get themselves anything else? FN's chasing up to the high ground. Will blink up. Matuma Man actually running himself away. Can't make a God's Gem of the Slayers. He gets off with the Glimmer Cape. He's going to be out. Only one down. Looks like the rest of them will survive. FN being played around with him. In fact, he jumps forward with the Omni Slash, looks towards Kuroki. Mag's there with the Burrow Strike. And Vega making sure that once again they get themselves a good amount of kills in these pickoffs. 2 kills, losing nothing in return. And 16-6. Vega still in the lead this game. And Liquid still just struggling to find the safety to get Miracle out and such, and start to build towards those items that he absolutely needs to deal with the pushes that are inevitably going to come through from Vega.
I think that Liquid were trying a different system for their supports this game. Notice that Kuro and Boba have been together almost the whole entire game, even from minute 0 when they smoked to level 1. I think their support play wasn't the greatest in their other series. In this game, I think they're trying something different. It's like, okay, let's just move together at the same time, so, you know, 2 supports are stronger than 1, except when it's very obvious where you are going to go and you keep walking under Observer Wards. So I think that it was maybe an experiment by Liquid to see if they can mesh it a little bit better by having these 2 guys constantly together. However, it has not paid off for them because of Vega's incredible presence of mind as well as placement of Observer Wards. They do have a gem on Liquid, so they are trying to limit the area. There's another smoke. I think it was actually caught by the Observer Ward in the mid lane, though.
I think some pings did come out. We'll see how Vega reacts to this. They
know, for sure.
Oh, if Liquid can't get the one-bar combo jumping though, it could be huge. Mag with the Burrow Strike into the 2 backliners. Sandstorm immediately, but Matuma Man looks to jump up to say a good change from Miracle, catches out 1. That's going to be the disruptor down, but now potential turnaround coming in from Vega. Mag is going to be caught out by the stun. The Magnetized Kuroki. There's the vacuum coming through. 2 down now on Vega. This is the fight that Liquid need. A slight from Miracle takes down a 3rd. They zip across, finding the Sand King as well. This time, Liquid with the fight that they wanted. As you mentioned, it did look like Vega should have spotted that out with the ward in the mid lane.
They did. I think they pinged it, but their positioning was just terrible. No one was there to actually pop the smoke and get vision. I think Mag's stun was actually a blind stun into there because they didn't have vision. They had a sentry ward over there. Liquid did, so they know that they actually don't have vision. So when they popped, they still felt very, very okay. FN.
That goes for the greedy right. Oh, it did as well.
Wow. So, yeah, I thought that was a pretty good fight for them, but after losing DS on the gem, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah, and they're still not killing FN. Clints back onto Kuroki. Nice bit of a block there of the roll in. Io's going to bring in FN again, and they're looking for taking down this Earthspread. Have they got enough damage as they have? Kuroki's out, but Matuma Man trying for the TP away. He should make it. Miracle already starting to remnant himself out of this one. The jump forward. Boba trying to TP out, isn't going to get out. And again, I think that really cements it. You know, you said the gem in itself was enough to really kind of say, all right, Vega didn't come out too badly. They're having them stopping the push as well, defending the tier 1 and getting 3. You know, at the end of the day, it wasn't as great as a trade as it could have been for Liquid if they could have taken this clean fight, especially losing Miracle as well in the mid. Goodness. FN beyond godlike. The slaughter just does not end. This Juggernaut sailing ahead by a country mile, 11-0-6. They just could not kill the Juggernaut.
They thought they were okay because he had used all his spells and TP'd out, and then boom, relocate back in, and they're like, okay, we're done for here. We're done, guys.
24 minutes in, 20-11, quite a bit of a bloodbath this game. And Miracle Down again. How's he doing? He did pick the perseverance, but still
This is an
more
interesting
time to
build.
let off here.
We have the BOTs already coming out on the Juggernaut. That's a very early switch over from the phase boots. I think this is so he can actually kill with the Sand King a lot more and kill the Ember Spirit and or the Sven. Sven doesn't have BKB right now, so he's actually quite vulnerable. And this way they can relocate someone else, like relocate with the Sand King and 2 BOTs, one with the Jug, one with the Tinker. It's 4 heroes. It's better than a Nakes Infest.
Looking towards Matuma Man as well, do you feel he has to get the BKB, or do you absolutely need more damage? He just has to get it first.
Yeah, there's just like imagine he just God Strange is just sitting in a kinetic field. That would be so sad. Or he gets blinded, or he gets stunned by the Sand King, or he gets glimpsed back. Even a tether slow is like very pesky to deal with.
So then are you looking for him to get the BKB and then trying to fight, or do you need to get the BKB and then continue to avoid fights until you do get something like a Crystallis as well?
I think they can take fights like that if they catch Vega by surprise. It's not like they have any BKBs. If they can somehow catch the Juggernaut in like a blink vacuum into a Stormbolt, they could easily win the fight. But the problem is FN has just had godly plays this game and is beyond godlike with his kill score.
My mistake as well, actually. There was they did have the rest of the Battle Fury on the Courier, so Miracle has at least got that one complete. He'll have a bit of a better time pushing the waves back out. Yeah, BKB now complete for Matuma Man, so slowly getting the tools together on Liquid.
Yeah, they're getting there. He definitely shouldn't die in his BKB. BKB plus Warcry is impenetrable when Juggernaut, even the Juggernaut this farm, he can't kill him during the BKB.
I'm going to check, see if any of the vision is out here for the side of Vega. It's not.
They lost a gem though, so that's like they have to play sentries. They lost a gem. That's like 2,000 gold. That's swung Vega's way.
See what they're going to go for here, Liquid. I'm going to guess at the moment they don't have any vision of Vega, so maybe a bit scared that Vega are coming to them.
They have one smoke. They they need to decide whether or not they want to use it now or save it for a better day because they don't have that many options. They need to make this one count.
Under attack.
FN and FNG maybe seeing to put some pressure down bottom. There'll be a scan by Roshan from Liquid. It's not going to clip anyone on the side of Vega. And indeed, Vega themselves not looking to take Roche as of yet. Just want to try and get the tier 2 down from bottom. Ping's actually on for mid lane. Sand King potentially has to be a bit careful on his own. Will blink out. Mind Control tried to go in there. They popped the dust, the vacuum, seeing if they could get a bit of a grab onto the SK, but it wasn't going to be the case.
More gold down the drain. And time.
And Vega just avoiding the whole altercation towards the mid lane. FM finds the tower down bottom, more money into the Jugs bank. And Liquid do have the creep wave pushed around towards top, so they themselves could look for a bit of a trade.
They can easily defend this though with the BOTs and the relocate, so I think it's a matter of whether or not they actually want to fight.
And Liquid's going to ping onto Roshan. They'll smoke up and make a beeline over towards the Roche pit. They're worried about Vega going for it. Vega, of course, yet to enter into it. And Miracle will actually get the tier 2 for free, so they do get the tower trade. But it all could kick off around this Roche pit. FN has to be careful. Matuma Man gets the jump in with the Storm out of the God straight. FNB ripped to pieces and he's down. They've actually got the portal smash onto FNG as well, and he's off as well. 2 down on Vega. And, well, yeah, the Jug does not have buyback gold.
Yep, they made that smoke count. That was huge. That was a perfect blink stun by the Sven. Very patient from him, waiting for the rest of his team to come around. And FNG thought he had to save, but Jug's just so squishy if he doesn't get his spin off in time. And there was just no way that he could at that point.
And with Roche in the bank as well. Liquid starting to get a bit of a better foothold on this game.
I'm surprised Vega didn't actually go for Roche. I think they could have gone for Roche as Miracle was hitting the top T1 tower, or top T2 rather. But instead, all they got were a few neutrals, and that's about it. A death to FN's name, and a pretty bounty going Sven's way. Was it Sven who got the kill? I'm not sure.
I think it was, wasn't it?
Probably.
Let's have a look. It was.
Well,
yes, it was. Yeah,
he got IO.
Oh, he got IO.
But that means he didn't get the spam because he only has 1 kill.
Yes.
Whoever got that is, he's rich. Maybe it's Kuro because he has 3,000 gold right now.
Oh, it's Mind Control. I think Weapus, yes. Okay. He's communicating with us. It was Mike. Thanks, Weapus, for keeping your eyes on the game better than us. As money into the bank for the boys on Liquid. And I mean, this game does get a bit scary for Vega. You know, if they start losing these trades, Miracle and Matuma Man continue to find the big items. I mean, as this game scales on,
yeah,
it's pretty nasty.
It is, because I haven't really felt Tinker this game, really. Like, he's just been farming, but he's like not even that high on a net worth. No? And like BKB Sven can just mow him down so quickly. And it's not really like Liquid are under pressure to push, which is where Tinker shines. It's like, you know, if you're up against a Tinker and you have to push, you're just going to run into waves of marches and have all your lanes pushed in. But they don't really have that pressure. I think even the Ember Spirit can do a lot of damage to the Tinker if he's caught out at this point.
Middle. TP's to come in. Mag keeping his eyes on this from the high ground. He's got to be careful. Miracle coming across. Mag's already on the retreat. We've spotted all out by the ward, but they're not going to make a jump forward onto him. Pressure being put on by FN's Illusions onto the tier 2, but Miracle's there to clean it out. And Liquid just regaining a bit of control around this area of the map.
How much gold has Matuma Man gotten from these Ancients? I swear he's farmed like 15 camps in the last 30 minutes.
He's done a hell of a lot, and it's really showing. You know, he's only now 2k behind the FN's Jug, and FN's Jug's been having a ridiculous game. So for Matuma Man to catch up like this, it's looking very impressive. And he's really going to start to deal the damage. I mean, what's got at the moment? 3k gold in the bank. So, I mean, you'd obviously imagine what the Daedalus to come out next. I guess probably waiting for the Aegis to expire before he picks that up, as he doesn't really have a slot to trade anything out for it.
He could also get MKB.
Yeah.
To deal with laser as well as a potential butterfly from Juggernaut, but I think Daedalus is much safer. Heart possibly too. Might not be a bad choice.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Is Matuma Man going to do this? I mean, Iceberg. Yeah, he's just playing around him. Matuma Man's just looking to skip the wave.
Heart's nice for situations like this. When he gets spammed down here, like, okay, well, I'm at a quarter HP, and a mech doesn't really help me out that much.
I mean, look at this up top as well. Mag and Shoma, they're hoping for a bit of a catch. They're going to use Iceberg to bait. None from Liquid at the moment. It's kind of biting. A lot of pings coming out, and I think that's Mind Control saying, look out, boys, there's some people hiding there. You want to be careful about going to that top tier 2, and at the end of the day, this is working out for Liquid. Wasted time, essentially, for those two heroes. Miracle's getting the pressure onto tier 2 mid, and he should be able to find it. More money into the bank. As Miracle's game is really starting to pick up after a rocky start that Liquid had. But at this stage, Vega not quite finding the objective they want to. Miracle's going to come down bottom, and he actually might get caught out by this. The burst strike's not going to connect. Doesn't look like they're going to deliver damage. Maybe with FN coming in, they do. A boulder smash for Kuroki, though, catching out 4, allowing Miracle to get out. Mind Control hits the vacuum. The wall bringing them down low. See if they can get any kills out of this one. FN just fall for the Omni Slash to BKB, but the bounces are not good. He's all across the creeps and not across the heroes. Vega don't find any of the kills here. Liquid keep themselves alive. And the gank was not successful that Vega were looking to set up from hiding in the tree line.
The Lincoln Sphere caught them by surprise on the Ember Spirit. They need to break that with a glimpse, I would say, first, before they actually initiate on him. But that item saved his life.
Vega maybe starting to get a bit desperate here with these attempts. They need to find something because Matuma Man really stepping up to be a bit of a beast. And the wombo combo can certainly be real for Liquid as well. The Dark Zero Spirit, Sven, even obviously with the Battle Fury on the Ember Spirit, it's all there. FM is going to go clear the wave, TP out. Nothing at the moment that's going to be able to hold him back through the Magic community, so he's golden.
Now Vega dewarding some side of their map with the gem that they acquire from Liquid. But as you mentioned, it is getting scary. Sven is unstoppable with the Aegis at least.
And what did he put his money into? What's he got on the car? Yeah, he's just looking for the straight up Daedalus. Blink on Miracle. So, I mean, Miracle now with the Blink and the Lincoln Sphere. Very, very hard for the side of Vega to catch out if he plays it right, and it's Miracle, so we can certainly assume that he is going to. The net worth, where Vega had that lead with FN having the great start that he did, it's now started to turn right around with the farm that Matuma Man and Miracle are picking up. This game is getting harder and harder for Vega Squadron.
Liquid still need to breach high ground at some point, and you mentioned like Ember Spirit coming online, you know, with this Battle Fury plus a couple other items. I think the Tinker is also starting to hit pretty hard now that he has his Aether and Ags in his inventory. If they ever want to push, but they don't really need a push except Sven. I guess he's kind of close to maxing out. BOT, Satanic, not huge upgrades for him.
Looks like bo2 and Croaky realizing that Tesh got to be careful here with the presence in the jungle. Actually, it's a good jump forward from Matuma onto FN, and FN gets the Omni Slash out, but he's almost certainly going to die after it. He's very low on health, and he's out. Liquid find himself one big kill now. Looking to try moving for more. Iceberg gets to blink out to the east. Miracle looked for the prediction towards the left, but he was off point. The Storm Hammer, that is going to connect them. Matuma with a good duration of the BKB comes forward with the Gold Strike, chops down the Tinker in two. Max in trouble as well. Burrow strikes down. The slow from the Demonic Purge still holding in place for Matuma. He's one more chop, but he gets it. The triple kill for Sven. And this game, an absolute turnaround really, as Liquid now playing with Vega Squadron. Sherman's actually going to have to be relocated out by FNG. But Matuma,
he was just a one-man squad right there.
Yeah, he's doing it. He's now on par with FN's farm, and Liquid, they're ready to go in deep behind the tier 4s right next to the Ancient. They chop down FNG and his little blue ball. And this game, it's getting to the point now, Ben, where I don't know how Vega can win this.
Well, Tinker getting caught out like that right before a big push, and that's when Sven just got his Daedalus too, so they really didn't stand a chance at that point. But there were several things that went wrong for them. Firstly, they did not control the Ancient Sect at all. They dropped an Observer Ward, one Observer Ward I think, and didn't actually stop them from farming. I think the Jug was double Sven's net worth. And now I think Sven is over the Juggernaut in terms of net worth. And then the Tinker just really didn't do that much. I think that like Mag maybe didn't coordinate that well with his team in order to get some kills, but overall, a shoddy mid-game.
Matuma-Man's been left behind. He has got the gold strength from the BKB. He's going to try and turn and fight against FN, but FN's going to make it. FN can duke it out for the time being. Stormhammer onto Mag. He goes back in, but Matuma-Man doing insane amounts of damage. Takes down Sanking. Can get himself anything more. Miracle comes in, snacks the healing ward. Now he's going to be a bit careful. Shimmer the Slayer glimpses him back, but Matuma-Man still hungry for blood. But the Omni comes through. Matuma-Man chopped down Miracle as well, taking a fair bit of it. FN incredibly low. The Static Storm making sure the Miracle has trouble jumping forward. Can he actually do anything here? Miracle tries with the Sleight of Fist. Not enough damage at the moment. They get themselves out of there. So getting the Matuma-Man kill pretty big here for the side of Vega. They need more of that at this stage of the game. Did cost them the SK's life.
They also had some good RNG on their side too when Sven didn't crit the Jug. Woo! I think that would just been game over right there. That's close.
Crush is going to be picked up as FM will look to work towards that Abyssal Blade. Have a bit more control for the heroes like the Amber. Kuroki doing his best to clear lanes, but 37 minutes and 18 to 22. Matuma-Man still in a very good position. The gold lead swung round to about 7.5k now in favor of Liquid. So a real turnaround this game.
Yeah, one thing that I didn't touch upon too is the Jug build. Jug went Blink first into Manta, then Diffusal, then BKB, and Basher. But his build's not actually that good at dealing with the Sven. Like, if you Manta, you'll just get destroyed. The Diffusal doesn't do any damage versus the Sven's BKB, and he has a ton of armor already, and you can kind of lock him down with the Skull Basher, but you don't actually have that much attack speed with the build either. So he went for BOTs early, switching out the phase. So that's kind of a lot of lost gold right there. But the point is, he can't man-fight this Sven. Sven just like 3-shots him at this point, and perhaps like a more butterfly HOD armor-centric build would have served him a little bit better. I can understand like the Manta though, like you're worried about the Earth Spirit catching you out in silence and you just dying, but he has the Wisp to back him up. He can also just diffuse himself without having a full commit to the Manta.
FX! He's jumped into the pit. He's looking for Croaky. He's not going to get the kill. He's bought the BKB for that one, and he's just going to have to walk it back out. Maybe hoping for a few more bashes, and then he would have got away with that. Wow. And it was a little risky as well. I mean, Liquid were around in the neighborhood. They may have even had the chance to turn it around on FN, but he does back out. Daedalus now done a Miracle. The damage output for Liquid looking very strong at the moment. Mind Control tries for the vacuum, doesn't quite get it in time onto the Tinker, but in fact, oh, hello, the push coming in. Vega's going to try and fight this one. Kuroki actually rolling straight into the base here. He will get taken down, but this will allow the space for Matuma to find the SK kill. Vega, can they do anything to stop this push? I mean, at the least, Liquid will find the tier 2, and they'll back off, so... A bit of an awkward roll there in for Kuroki as he heads up into the high ground, but I guess it gets the job done. Makes space for the tier 2. Now Matuma moving into the pit. Vega, without the SK, unlikely to be able to contest this.
Yep. And he just got, I think, one shot by Matuma, like a 1300 crit, and come to think of it, none of Vega have built any sort of armor items. So, like, this all-in on physical damage from the Ember and the Sven is going to work out real well for them.
And the draft. The build, the planning, Liquid certainly did seem to suffer early on in the game. But we always felt that if they could get it to a certain point, it was going to look a lot better. If Matuma and Miracle found their farm, and they certainly have now at this point of the game, as Vega finding it a lot harder. FS going to try and jump in for the fight with the BKB. Goes with the Omni Slash onto Matuma, but the big dispersion from Bulba, helping him to save a lot of the versions, but it does mean that the jump in, they'll get the kill onto Roshan. FN has to actually deny the Aegis pilot, so they didn't have a slot, didn't want Liquid to get their hands on it, and with Miracle caught in the static storm, they'll get the kill onto the Ember Spirit. Miracle down for 90 seconds.
That was a
Vega.
good play from Jug.
Nice,
Very nice
working out.
disruption from Bulba.
Yeah, keeps Matuma alive. But
the quick fingers to deny is really what did the trick.
yeah, say if Miracle was able to get his hands on that Aegis, that certainly could have turned around that fight. They obviously could have killed him once, but killing him twice, probably unlikely with the amount that they blew on him to take him down once. We'll see how much Vega can get done with this minute with Miracle off the map. I mean, it looks like they're playing it relatively safe. They don't really want to push in too hard, as they are still worried about the fighting power of the rest of Liquid's fort. Abyssal Blade done on FN. Matuma, I mean, where does he kind of go with this build now? Is it, as you said, just looking towards a Satanic?
Yeah, Satanic, then Moon Shard.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, there you go. Actually sells the Helm of the Dominator to pick up the Moon Shard.
That's unusual. Usually you pick up the Moon Shard if you can expect to consume it in place of an Aegis, but because the Roshan just died, I guess, you know, maybe he's trying to end the game right now. That's actually very unusual.
Yeah, selling it that early.
Yeah, because he doesn't have any, like, sustain either.
Do they have any Vlads on the team?
I don't believe so.
They don't. Yeah, no lifesteal at the moment.
Yeah, no lifesteal, no HP regen.
They've got Greaves and... Oh, I guess they've got the Greaves.
Yeah, almost a pipe, I suppose, on Kuro.
Yeah.
But if you want to break base versus Tinker, I think generally you need to get some sustain, or else you have to rely on being able to pick them off outside of base, which they have been doing.
Down bottom, Iceberg. Smoked up. Miracle very, very close by. See him get the jump forward, Miracle. Eyeing up Iceberg. Iceberg actually there with the back of the Shemis there. They've dropped the Static Storm. Look for the turnaround. Miracle, he's going to get taken down. That's the Ember Spirit out for 90 seconds. And out, see if they can get themselves anything more there. Coming in from Matuma Man. He's going to be fine, but they've lost Miracle down for 80. Mind Control trying to chase down Matt. Kuroki coming across as well. FN trying to get back out of this one. The lasers bounce through. Vega still 1-1 at the moment. Now making it for a second. Matt comes in with the epicenter. Mind Controls to fall as well. And Liquid ending up losing 4 here. An absolute mess of a team fight. None of these heroes with buyback available.
Tinker Hex?
What the hell happened, Ben?
Tinker Hex?
Yeah. It just absolutely ruined them.
Yeah, he owned the Sven. Because Sven has been the one that's just been crushing them in the fights. And now that his BKB is 6 seconds, he's not able to do that much. And also, he didn't have Satanic. Maybe it wouldn't have helped him out that much, but at least he wouldn't have to back off that early from the sheep. So now they realize they had to be able to kill the Tinker very early. Dude, I thought Liquid had this.
I thought they had it as well.
They were just like owning them in base.
And they're going to lose, well, by the looks of it, at least one set of racks.
Finally, Tinker has shown up to play.
Fortification will come through. Liquid are going to be able to do some sort of defense here. God Strength for BKB up from the Timber Man. They'll lose the melee racks though. That's already gone, and Vega will to play it safe.
Yeah. He might need MKB though, because his BKB duration is so low.
Yeah.
A solution to that is also Refresher Orb. You can just refresh and double BKB with double God Strength. Either I think would work, but I think Refresher might be better because of the Hex. He needs to be able to kill the Tinker.
And Timmerman and Miracle, they're headed up top with the smoke, maybe seeing if they would have a chance at catching out the Tinker. They're pinging towards the base. The Creep Wave is pushed right in. And do they want to try and make a fight happen in here? With the smoke, they're kind of playing around with the idea. FN towards the Ancients. Liquid now behind the tree line. They want to maybe get a bit of a surprise jump if anyone on Vega comes forward here. I'll see if they can get it. Mag's there at the moment. Butterfly now done from FN. Liquid can't find the jump that they want. As the line's been drawn by Shoma, just getting Vega to push these lane back out. FN's there, he might get jumped on, he will be. Matuma Man comes in immediately with the Storm Hammer, the case there, and that's going to save FN. Matuma Man tries to turn his attention towards the FNG, Iron, he gets it. FN looks to finding back, but the defensive destruction there from Bulba saves mind control. The Epi comes through there, Matuma Man getting blown up. Miracle, incredible as well. There's the Hex, the lasers from Iceberg, and again, Liquid lose 4. It's, I mean, at this stage as well, we're seeing how much Iceberg can do in these fights with the Aghanim Scepter, with the Cypher Vice.
Owning now. And he just picked up his Butterfly. He was at like 40% HP. Without the Butterfly, he would have been in critical HP range.
And this might be over. I mean, 70 seconds, there's no Miracle. You can buy back on Matuma Man, but he doesn't have God Strength. It's between Matuma Man and Sam to hold this off.
If he makes a misstep, though, he's just going to get perma-hex and just die. So he can't actually fight outside of their T4s at the moment, not without the rest of his team dead. You know what they're also missing on Liquid is a Lotus Orb. If they had a Lotus Orb on the spin, you can reflect the Omni Slash, you can dispel a Hex. That would actually be very useful for them, but I don't think they plan on this game getting to this point because it looked like they were about to just...
I mean, look at the graph, Ben.
Yeah.
Up and down like a razor sharp. Liquid really did swing it back, but 10 minutes later and they've given all of that lead back over to the side of Vega. And Vega, with this Tinker and Jug, they're playing the fights perfectly. Iceberg controlling Liquid.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, with the BKBs getting low, especially, you know, on Matuma Man.
FN's play at the Roche 2 was also game-winning.
Tier 2 down. And now Vega in a position to maybe try and break the high ground. Liquid really going to be tested there. Kuroki's hit the ball to smash onto Mag. No follow-up. Liquid are going to try and move forward. A vacuum attempt from Microtrol trying to grab someone back. They look towards Shoma, but he's got the Glimmer Cape. No detection. And in fact, the Vince back onto Miracle. Into the static zone. They made the jump through. FN pops the PKP. There'll be a defensive disruption from Sam. Can they finish off Miracle on the Ember Spirit? Hitting the basket. Miracle hexed up. The rockets fly through incredibly low. They will get out at the last possible moment. But Matuma Man working towards Iceberg. Iceberg's been Glimmer Caped up. He'll get himself out. In fact, Iceberg ended up getting the kill. I think the rockets sailed through and ended up killing off the Ember Spirit. Kuroki hexed up. Again, a defensive destruction, but Mag's going to be there. Almost selling with a Boris strike coming in. Mind control to full. 2 down on Liquid. They will kill the Tinker, but he buys back immediately. They know that this is their chance to finish it, Vega. 3 dead on Liquid. None of them with buybacks available. Only again Matuma Man and Bulba surviving. And this is... what a swing around this game has been. Again, another roller coaster of a show between these two sides. At the start, it was Vega, Vega, Vega. Then Liquid suddenly came online, got themselves ahead. But these last few fights, the Tinker and the team had just been outplaying Liquid as a whole.
Even the Disruptor, if he didn't have an Axe there, Ember Spirit would have lived. So there's like all these small items that just make a world of difference. If it were that other 91%.
FN jumping in, teasing with them. Liquid, they're going to lose these top racks at the least. And we're still 25 seconds, no a Miracle. So Vega will stick around, push on to the mid lane as well. Liquid, what can they do about this? They have got strength up on Matuma Man. But again, as we've seen, it's so hard for him to fight into this. Yeah, Vega, they'll take the tier 3 and back. They're not taking any chances at this stage. They realize that they have really managed to recover from what looked like a very, very hard position to be pushed back into. And they're going to do their best to not throw that away. And in a game when Matuma Man had kind of caught up with FN's farm and got himself slightly ahead, now he's just fallen massively behind. With the swing of the last few fights, FN now back at the top, a clear, 8K above Matuma Man's farm now at this stage.
Vega can still lose, though, if the Tinker gets picked off. He did end up buying back last fight, which is a good 5 to 6 minute window, and during the 5 to 6 minute window, Roshan is going to be up, so Liquid can have another lifeline if they can manage to secure this part of the map. They do have the Lotus on Kuro, so that will help deal with a Hex spam.
It's going to come down, all down to the play now in these fights.
Yeah, what can Sven do? What can Tinker do?
They need to keep Matuma Man up and alive. They need to make sure that he's able to just zone down these heroes, knock them off one at a time, and not worry about being kited up, being hexed by the Tinker post BKB.
Even Abyssal, too, is very annoying to deal with. They might have to Lotus him during the BKB because of that, or like very early on in the fight, instead of reactively.
49 minutes in, 23 to 35. At the moment, the net worth itself right down to a 20k lead for Vega Squadron. I mean, in all reality, Liquid at this stage, what are they looking for? Is it just all about the Tinker? They've got to make sure that they've got someone focusing that Tinker in the fights, making sure that somehow Iceberg doesn't get away with these mass hexes and such to control the cores of Liquid.
Yeah, and on the flip side, just making sure that Matuma Man can do the damage that he needs to do. And if it kills Disruptor very early, then Ember Spirit can actually go in and do his thing. So it's all about making sure Matuma Man, because he's really the only one that can kill the Tinker very quickly and assuredly.
Yeah, yes, he's still at a point where, with 2.2k life points, the Tinker, 2-3 hits if you hit a crit, you're taking the Tinker out of the fight. Mm-hmm. But it's as we're just seeing, just the fact that they can turn around so well. It's, still the mech, the Glimmer Cape, even just something like that from the eye is causing a lot of issues for Liquid in these fights. It just seems the detection hasn't always been there, and the Glimmer Cape's just allowed these cores to kind of slip away out of harm's way.
But Disruptor again gets this insane amount of farm. This Midas has paid dividends. He's almost 6-slotted again. I guess Midas doesn't really count.
Well, Mag with the Aghanims done as well. An extra bit to add to these team fights.
I'll take that as tribute.
Something else to pop through the illusions that the Boba may have out post disruption.
And mind controls.
And mind controls, of course, yeah. There's a lot of stuff to get that caustic finale injected into with that Burrow Strike.
I think Liquid should make a move right now, though, because Roche is about to be up, and Tinker doesn't have buyback. This is their best time to come back.
A Miracle. That's going to be jumped on here. The Glimpse is going to keep him out of the static storm. A defensive disruption from Bulba, trying to look to save him for the time being. FN, Demonic Purged up. Mind Control, jumping forward. The Omni Slash comes out onto the Timber Man, but with the War Cry, Timber Man not taking too much damage. He will survive. Run, picking run. He's surged up, headed out of there. He'll get out. Mag comes in with the Epicenter. Burrow Strike forward, takes down the escape. FN jumps forward as well. They're looking for Mind Control. The Hex is there. They've found two. 2-for-1 trade favoring Vega. Kuroki's out of there, back to base. They're going to heal Matuma Man back up. They have got Matuma and Miracle alive. The two high damage cores. No Godstrake's actually back online. Okay, Godstrake's there now. Miracle jumps in, gets a nice chain. The follower Stormhammer, hang on. That's the IO out. Matuma Man, controlled by the Abyssal Blade from FN. FN just looking to focus for the Mega Creeps. He's going for the objectives. He's going for the racks. He should be able to get them. Blade Fury's up. Burrow Strike comes in onto Matuma Man and Miracle. The Lotus Orb, meaning Iceberg ends up hexing himself. Can they kill this Tinker? Tinker goes stepped up. There we have it. The Stormhammer comes in. They need a few right clicks to take it out. There's the crit from Miracle. They found the Tinker for the Burrow Strike onto Kuroki. Miracle, can he do this? He's the only one left alive on Liquid. He's got the slide. He's trying to come back in. Can he finish off Mag? Mag is going to head out. There's the chase down. The crit comes through. Miracle finds one. Miracle versus FN out this stage. Miracle trying with the idea of finding around with this. It's going to be a buyback from Mag on the SK, but it's getting to the
That's Megas.
breaking point indeed. Yeah, Liquid have been Mega creeps.
Still possible to hold on with Megas. Probably rapier time for Ember, I would say.
Oh, absolutely.
Sven did go for a refresher, kind of necessary. The Moonshot pickup actually set him back a lot. But yeah, they killed Tinker, but they endured too many losses. He did a really good job of kiting in between the Ghost Scepters, the Force Staff, just all these tools to help him survive for that extra few seconds.
And Matuma Man opting to buy back. There's no messing around. They want to try and get what they can done in this period of time. The buyback for Tinker's still on cooldown for a minute and a half.
Yeah. If they get reckless,
If they get it, I mean, Matuma Man with the God Strength, he's going to rip through the base.
do they? They don't have T4, do they?
They don't. The Ancient is exposed for Vega.
Illusion.
Oh my.
Oh, if they get... Oh, if Liquid can pull this
There's
through.
a glyph available for them, but
Ay,
Tinker's
ay,
down
ay.
15.
Only 33
This
comebacks.
isn't a window.
Hello, and Matuma Man, this is not the start he needed. There's good defensive disruption there from Bob, on the standing, still controlling my control back there by FN, that's the start to out. Matuma Man just fall onto back. Max, he's going to be Glimmer Cave, Max is going to survive this. Matuma Man can't try to finish him off. Omni Slash comes out to Miracle, Everspirits down. Matuma Man, he needs to do something big. He can load his sword, the BKB comes out, looks towards Shimmer the Slayer, but the flashes come from FN, the storm out hits from Matuma Man's down. Kuroki in with the back attack, hexed up, critted up, FN takes the kill. Miracle, the last man standing. He's holding the base, but Vega, they've got the full 5-man up and alive. Sherman the Slayer coming through. The Hex is out. FN jumping forward with Iceberg as well. Miracle taken down. GG is called.
Wow, they slaughtered them right outside the base. FN with the big plays all around.
My goodness, that was...
Dude, he played so well on that Juggernaut. My goodness.
Yeah, FN's Jug.
They didn't have a chance versus him that fight. Like, he used all his spells very early on, so they couldn't like preemptively Lotus Orb, and then he got the kill on Miracle. He kited to Sven that fight. Like, that was incredible. That was all without the help of the Tinker.
Yes, at the end of the day, which was surprising because it was the mid-game fights that they needed